All right. I'm going to turn me up a little bit. How do you sound? Good?
I don't know. You tell me.
How do I sound?
You sound fine.
In your headphones?
Yeah.
All right, good. Let's hope we don't have another mess up where
Fingers crossed.
it's only 15 minutes. But anyways, welcome back to Missing the Homies. I always forget. Always forget. Anyways, welcome back to Missing the Homies. This is, if you know, you know. This is the show where we just bullshit around. My lovely guest, would you like to? Yeah, you don't even have to introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Renee, once again.
So we're back talking about. Are you on your phone?
No, you know how the door crashed into me the other day and it cut my leg?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of cut it more when I was shaving because I cut my scab.
Ugh.
So I was just looking. I was looking at it and I was kind of picking at it.
The cut on the back of your
you called me out.
The cut that the door did looked like when my dad tore his ACL.
It really hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It looked like it.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty. Which is, I kind of wanted to wear a skirt tonight to dinner, but I don't.
Just wear a Band-Aid.
I don't want people, but it's too long. I would have to have like 5 Band-Aids.
Not if you do one Band-Aid.
That's what I'm saying. It's too long
Band-Aid.
for that, though. So I didn't want people looking at my scab. So pants it is for our listening viewers, listeners.
And pants it is right here.
Oh, little pants.
I wonder if you can see her. I don't have the monitor up.
Bill, drop it in the comments. Can you see pants?
Bill
Pants is our cat.
Bill was the. I don't know. Yeah, I think Bill knows.
We got 2 cats.
Yeah, there's pants and sweaty.
Sweatpants.
I kicked sweats out of his spot so I could sit here, and he was fast asleep. Anyways, so we read more of The Buddha Brain by Dr. Rick Hansen.
Rick Hansen.
That still sounds like a drummer name. But I wanted to read the bullet points real quick before we go over it.
Do you want to read the bullet points and talk about those like we did last time, or do you want to power through and then discuss?
No, it would probably be better to do the first thing that you said.
Up to you. It's your world, baby. I'm just living in it.
That's true. This almost always turns into the Tone Show. But this
No. Really?
This second chapter was hard. We're gonna swerve that. The second chapter was hard. It was very sciencey up top, and
which I like.
yeah, but it took me like I would say 3/4 of the way to where I was like, oh, okay, I get where they're going with this. Because I don't know.
So what was the big takeaway then?
I don't know. That's why I'm so confused. I was so stuck on the.
Would you like me to tell you the big takeaway you're supposed to get?
You
from
could
the chapter?
tell me, or I could go through these bullet points. Right, chapter 2 key points. Yeah.
Yeah, I just meant the overarching theme.
Something about suffering.
Our brains have evolved in a way that
There's the lizard mind, the squirrel mind, and the monkey mind.
we don't even need to talk about
Okay.
that.
Our minds have evolved.
Our
minds or our brains?
Our brains.
Okay.
Our brains have evolved in such a way that our mind suffers, and that is evolutionarily favored over pleasant things. So we have to, the point is that we have to work harder to reduce our own suffering and not be anxious and focus on like being present in the moment, because our brains are hardwired to be looking for danger and looking for the things that make us anxious and replaying the things that have gone negative so we can learn from them. So we have to unlearn all of that to reach a state of peace.
And that reminded me So yes, I remembered that. Excuse me.
I'm trying to go on Do Not Disturb.
Put it on. This is a show. Have some reverence.
I have respect. I
Um,
was gonna try to do it slyly, and then you're
no
like
way.
staring
I'm looking
at
right
me.
at you. But there was I forgot where I saw it. Actually, I don't even know what it's from. But it was something that was like, the bad in our life is so bad, and you kind of backed it up when you were like when we were talking about like that the bad is so bad. Like there's one part in the chapter where it's like it's
Do you want to read the key points,
don't
and
know
then we
how-
can come back to that?
no, because it's like right there. It's on the tip of my tongue. Like bad is so bad and good is just good. Like,
yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, and we're drawn to focus more heavily on the negative experiences. And the whole point of all the science stuff is to say, like, why we do that.
Right.
So that was, like, the point of all the science is, like, it was evolutionarily beneficial to be thinking about all the bad stuff. That way you could stay alive.
Yeah, because one wrong choice and you're fucked.
And you're dead. Like,
dead.
this woolly mammoth is killing you.
And that made a lot more sense because I don't remember where I saw that quote or what it was even from, but it was like, the bad is so bad. Honestly, I feel like it was like a Tumblr quote.
Probably was.
It was like, the bad is so bad, and I've always thought of that, like, you know, if something bad happens, it's so
We hyper fixate on it. Yeah.
And if something's good, it feels good, but it feels like it lasts for like a minute.
And that was the carrot point.
Yes. This whole fucking carrot and sticks thing was not how because the way
I feel like we're getting too far ahead for the people listening at home.
Okay. Anyways.
So let's all do some level setting, and then we can
Anyways.
return to the sticks and carrots. Deal?
Anyways, say one more thing. Just talk again.
Carrots and sticks. I love eating baby carrots.
On sticks?
No, just by themselves.
You know there's no such thing as baby carrots. Baby carrots are
That
man-made.
genuinely really ruined my day when I found that out.
Me too. But you know.
Yeah, and then you went and ruined my day.
But to my point, like, did I really think that baby carrots were grown? No. Like, did you think there was a farm somewhere that exclusively grew baby carrots?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. Well, I guess I did until that happened.
Just what do they do with all that carrot waste?
It goes into the carrot shreds. There we go. Anyways, or maybe they make multiple baby carrots out of one single carrot.
But like, if,
they chop
if this
it
is a carrot and we chop it to make baby carrots, how do they come out rounded in my little baggie?
Okay.
Where do those carrot scraps go?
Okay. But so those are the Trader Joe carrots.
No.
Yes. The thin, shitty little carrots. But you've seen, like, when you get them from, like, not from a real place. Like, I don't want to say organic carrots. But you've seen those big, beefy motherfucking carrots.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I think they cut those to get multiple baby carrots.
I get what
just,
you're
like, whittle it down.
But that's what I'm saying. So then where do all those carrot scraps go?
I don't know. Maybe they give it to the birds.
That's a lot of carrots.
Can birds eat carrots?
Like, I'm just thinking about myself, junior and senior year of college. Like, how many carrot scraps am I responsible for then?
Oh, because of how many baby carrots?
Yeah, because I would just buy a bag.
Yeah.
And that would be
It's
like
wasteful.
But I ate all of them.
But it's wasteful that you're perpetuating.
That's what I'm saying.
Baby carrots.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
I had
the name
no
of
idea.
this episode.
I
Baby
had
carrots.
no idea.
Oh my god.
I had no idea that there were all these scraps going somewhere. And you know, I love
They
carrots.
probably land in the landfills.
They probably do.
They're
Do you
with the
see why I'm upset about this?
They're like the packing peanuts.
Like, I feel like my baby carrot consumption has increased my carbon footprint like threefold.
Oh yeah, definitely. Easily.
Because like I am
You're on par with the BP motherfuckers.
Hey. Calm down.
You could kick a duck.
Calm down.
And be less wasteful. Can I go over these points?
Go.
Anyways. Need to make sure we're still running. Red light. Red light. Okay, we're still running. I'm very nervous. I don't want that to cut out at 15 minutes. Anyways, Chapter 2, key points. 3 fundamental strategies have evolved to help us pass on our genes, creating separations, stabilizing systems, and approaching opportunities while avoiding threats. That seems like 4, but we'll give them 3. That first one seems like 2.
Oh, I feel like the last one's more like 2.
the last, that's what I meant. The last one seems like 2. Approaching opportunities and avoiding threats. But whatever, we'll give it to him.
Yeah, give it to Rick.
Yeah. Rick and Richard. Dick Rick. Okay. Although these strategies are very effective for survival, they also make you suffer. Which makes sense. We are not cavemen
Anymore.
Despite what that Geico commercial.
Our material life is very different
Material
than it was.
girl. Material life is what? Sorry.
I'm not even speaking to you anymore. I'm going to do the rest of the pod talking to Pants.
Silently. Okay. The effort to maintain separation is at odds with the myriad ways we're actually connected with the world and dependent upon it. As a result, you may feel subtly isolated, alienated, overwhelmed, or as if you're in a struggle with the world. Okay. Let's break that one down. The effort... Because, like... I felt like I just had to read these... Like, some of these sentences over because they were too packed.
Well, he's trying to boil down multiple complex sciences into a chapter for our consumption on mental health and Buddhism.
Thanks a lot, Rick. I hope Rick is watching this.
Like, it's not nuanced, which is why, like, the whole lizard monkey brain thing, that's not really real, but it, like, gets his point across effectively. But this is not a nuanced chapter. So I think some of these things you just have to kind of, like, take with that understanding that he is, like, evolution. I have, like, 6 or 7 books on this bookshelf about evolution. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about it in a slice to explain something else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's really not explaining evolution.
Yeah. Sweats.
Hey.
Sweaty. We're doing a podcast. Damn it. Show some reverence for the pod. Anyways. Still on the same bullet point. The effort to maintain separation is at odds with the myriad of ways you're actually connected to the world and dependent upon it. The effort to maintain separation. Okay. As a result... Okay, yeah. So one of the fundamental strategies that we evolved on is directly at odds with where we're at right now.
Not even where we're at right now, but, like, I like that he brought this up. Ooh, your foot okay? Yeah.
Shorts are just so short.
One of the things that he says is a closed system is a dead system. And I think he actually says that in the point on point number 2 about how everything's always changing. But I think in my head those two things are, like, really linked because, like, we live in a society, you know?
Ugh.
Like, we are all...
Joaquin Phoenix.
We are all interacting with each other. I interact with my plants every day. I interact with Pants every day. Like, nobody is... Nobody's isolated. And humans are social creatures. So even back in caveman time, like, we still lived in a society then. You know what I'm saying? And, like, now...
I feel like I should watch that movie again.
Now we're even, like, hyper in society with, like, the internet and...
Connected with so many more people than, yeah.
Exactly. So I think that, like, that the separation thing and the changing thing are helpful for, like, survival, but it's really never been helpful for...
Living in a society
and being, like, that human aspect. It's really only helpful for, like, the evolution of surviving and then passing on your genes.
That fish with legs.
Right.
Okay. So, next point. When the systems within your body, mind, and relationships become unstable, your brain produces uncomfortable signals of threat. Since everything keeps changing, these signals keep coming. Pretty self-explanatory. Understood. Did you get that lemon seed?
I got that lemon seed because my brain produced a signal that was like, homeostasis is not happening. You're thirsty. Take a drink. It was unpleasant.
Oh my God. See, I boil that or suppress that signal all day, unless it's orange juice. Unless it's orange juice. Your brain colors your experience with a feeling tone. Oh. You're right. That is like a weird
the way
that's worded. Your brain colors your experiences with a feeling tone: pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So you'll approach what's pleasant, avoid what's unpleasant, and move on from what's neutral. I don't know if you automatically move on from what's neutral.
This is the sticks and carrots.
Okay, so
Are there any other?
Oh yeah, there's two more.
Okay.
Well, whatever. In particular, we evolved to pay great attention to unpleasant experiences. This negativity bias overlooks good news, highlights bad news, and creates anxiety and pessimism. Exactly what we said.
Right.
Like, it's so bad. Like, bad is so bad. I really want to know where I saw that from, where I heard that. The brain has a wonderful capacity to simulate experiences, but there's a price. The simulator pulls you out of the moment, plus it sets you chasing pleasures that aren't that great and resisting pains that are exaggerated or not even real. Simulation. We live in a simulation.
Yes.
We don't live in a society. We live in a simulation.
We can live in both.
We live in a simulated society.
Yes.
Last one, compassion for yourself helps reduce your suffering. Anyways, now whatever you were going to say.
You distracted me by saying simulation. I don't know.
Simulation. We live in a simulated society.
Yes. Say it one more time.
Simulation.
Okay.
Is
that out of your system now?
No. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, I didn't like the way Rick described sticks and carrots in this, because the way I always understood sticks and carrots was that the stick had nothing to do with the metaphor. Like the carrot was just like the thing that whatever people were chasing. And so the stick was not like really a part of it. So that's why I was confused.
It's twofold. You avoid the stick. The thing is, like, somebody's throwing a stick at you. You're ducking.
Right. But what I'm saying is...
chasing carrots gets utilized more.
Yeah, chasing carrots on a stick.
But that's a different stick.
So that's why I'm saying it was confusing, because there's multiple sticks in this analogy.
I don't think the carrot stick really matters.
The way I understood it was that whoever is chasing this carrot, let's say a rabbit, if there's a rabbit chasing a carrot, we are the rabbit in this simulated society. There's a stick, and then there's a string, and then there's a carrot on it.
But it doesn't have to be a stick. Like, but you're focusing on the stick, and it doesn't matter.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how
I could just be holding. Like, think about when I, hold a piece of chicken in front of pants. I could just be holding the carrot in front of a rabbit. It does not need a stick, babe.
I'm just saying. That's why I was confused.
Okay.
So, yeah. Let's see. So the big takeaway, again, from this. What did you say? That we evolved from...
I want to hear it in your... What would you say?
The biggest takeaway was...
What was your takeaway?
Well, I mean, it started to click at the end. The beginning with the whole shit with the neurons, and that was fucking garbage to me. Not garbage, but didn't stick. Felt like, okay, I'm not here for science class.
Isn't neuroscience in the title?
Yeah, but that's not what I read when I read the title. That's in the top. I guess you can't see it from there. That's in the top part of the title. The practical neuroscience of Buddha's brain. But what I'm saying is the concepts weren't.
I hear you.
Yeah. They didn't help me understand. The science didn't help me. But from what I understood was that these signs of suffering, not signs of suffering, Not even gonna look at it. Use your words. Talking to the mic.
Use your words.
That we evolved from essentially good and bad stimulus. That's how we evolved. Like, you did the good, so you'd survive, pass on your genes. But now that we're in a different society, those stimuli are this, like, any bad thing activates the same center of the brain, right? Oh my God, this feels like I'm taking a test and
You're getting like a C.
oh my God, but that's passing. I'll take that.
You're passing, but you're like not
totally getting it.
You're not totally there.
All right, learn me, mansplain it.
Okay, so
Mansplain the Buddha brain.
See, I think the things that are bothering me about your definition or your big takeaway is that, one, I think this is just my working in a psych. Well, yeah, also my OCD, but like working in mental health and stuff, focusing on good and bad, not it. And that's also not helpful for the stuff that we're working on within the book.
So then what words would you
So
change?
I would have said that
Positive and negative?
No. Things that help survival. Because it's really about survival. It's not about good or bad. It's about survival. And now in our life today, we don't have those same threats.
Yeah.
But we're still, our brain has now been hardwired to avoid those sticks.
Right. And the anxiety of getting a text from somebody you don't want activates that same center of the brain of like, a woolly mammoth is chasing you. Right?
Yes. It's the amygdala.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
It's fearful.
The same. So that's why the whole, like, you have to rewire.
Right.
Is what the whole point of this book is.
Right. And I think that the other big thing that, like, I don't know if you didn't get to because I said that you were getting a C with your definition, or that maybe it wasn't a big takeaway from you, but a big takeaway for me is also when he was talking about the sticks and the carrots, like, we perceive when we're kind of like playing out things in our mind, we perceive that things are going to be way worse than they actually are, or way better than they actually are. And so we're like consistently avoiding an unpleasant feeling or chasing a pleasant feeling. And
it's not what it's really going to be.
It's not what it's really going to be. And it also takes you out of like the present things that you're actually experiencing, which is, you've heard me say this for years, that like, to me, I don't really care if I'm like happy or not. I would really rather be peaceful. That's that idea. Is that happy is fleeting because you're grabbing a carrot and it's probably not going to be as good as you want anyways. So they say like true happiness is really the peace of living in the moment.
Being in the moment. Yeah, no, I didn't. Once we got to I was so...
You were looking sleepy, too.
Yeah, I was so... Like, I felt like I was getting hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat when it was talking about the neurons at the front of the chapter. So once we got to the simulations at the end of the chapter, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
He had one...
Oh, they did put their dining room table here.
Looking in the neighbors.
Yeah, I don't ever look that way. And now I can't look this way.
Yeah. In sum, the simulator takes you out of the present moment and sets you chasing after carrots that really aren't so great while ignoring more important rewards, such as contentment and inner peace. Its mini movies are full of limiting beliefs. Besides reinforcing painful emotions, they have you ducking sticks that never actually come your way or aren't really that bad. And the simulator does this hour after hour, day after day, even in your dreams. steadily building neural structure, much of which adds to your suffering. So it's really that first sentence that like I think about and have always thought about, but this book gave me like words for. Like the simulator takes you out of the present moment and sets you chasing after carrots that really aren't so great while ignoring more important rewards such as contentment and inner peace.
See, I have a problem with the word contentment because it seems so. It seems like fine. And you know how I hate the word fine. But I guess what this is saying, again, don't know where I saw it from, but like anxiety is like thinking about the future and like regret is thinking about the past and so contentment would just be being in the present, which the more I like try and work on that, the more that's what I want. But I have a problem with the word contentment.
I don't look at contentment as being fine. I look at it as enjoying the present.
See, and that sounds better. But contentment just sounds weird to me.
Like, but I guess
that's my hang up.
Me being content.
That's my whole problem. That's the reason why I can't be happy. It's just the word.
Mm-hmm, it's just the word. Like when I am truly just inner happy, I'm not talking about like euphoric or having fun. Like just
the TV show?
Shut up. Like just truly happy is like at home with the cats, reading a book. Maybe I have my fake fireplace on. Got some Taylor Swift playing. Like, none of that is a carrot. Like, I am just having a very, very Renee time. Like, when I go have a Renee day, like, I am not chasing carrots. Like, I'm finding that contentment in the things that I'm enjoying doing and being present in that moment with my cats, with my book.
But wouldn't that be a carrot in the moment?
No, because a carrot is
wouldn't
like
that
something...
be like you eating the carrot? I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm trying to understand.
My point is that like something like social media, that's a carrot. I guess reading could also be a carrot, like because you're doing something and you're chasing something. But my point is I'm not looking for like the book to give me joy. Right. I'm getting my joy.
You're just enjoying
from spending the time with myself.
Yeah. Enjoying the act of reading and holding the...
Right. But that joy that I'm feeling or contentment is coming from within. It's not the external stimuli. It's that I've created a safe space for myself here and I can enjoy it in the moment.
That makes total sense. See, that's why the whole carrot thing fucks me up. Because
like a carrot would be like, no, my life is going to be so much. Like I was excited when I got my new job, right?
A carrot would be like looking 5 years forward to being like, oh, things are going to be sweet when...
Not even 5 years. Okay. Like my new job, I was super excited the day it happened. And
that's
then
your carrot.
That was a carrot. I was looking for the carrot. And then, I am liking my job, but it like did not make my life 10 times better. I felt really, really, really good when I got that offer. And I felt nervous after that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a carrot. And I think that's the point on like the benefits aren't even as really great as like you perceive them. Like I thought I would be riding the high of getting the job that I wanted much longer than I was.
Okay. That makes way more sense. So I guess like the whole basing your whole life on carrots.
Right. It's like, it's kind of the same thought process of like, the grass is always greener on the other side. And like, I'm always looking for that other side. Like I'm always looking for where the grass is greener. So if you're always chasing carrots, like you can't be in the moment.
Right.
Because you're looking for that thing that's going to make it better. And there's no silver bullet that's like going to make your life better.
Silver bullet. A Coors? A Coors Light, actually.
I don't get it.
Coors Light had a campaign where it was like the silver bullet, like a silver bullet train, because Coors come in a silver can. when they had like trains on there. Anyways, so then what? So I get that. So then what would So then would a stick be like beating yourself up over what has happened or like what hasn't happened? Sticking with the simulation thing.
Sticking with the simulation thing.
God, I love this book club. This is why. Is this really what book clubs are? Actually, I guess you wouldn't know. You've never been in a book club.
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yeah. Usually book clubs have like.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Pre-prepped.
Play that back to see that look on her face.
Pre-prepped questions. Anyways, sticks would be more like. You know how when I couldn't go home for Nicole's bridal shower and I was like all anxious because of the work stuff and like the flights were like insanely expensive and I was like so nervous that I was looking for all these ways to avoid having to tell her that I couldn't go.
Yeah.
And then when I told her that I couldn't go, she was like, I understand.
Oh, okay. So the stick would be like the thought of it being so bad, but in reality, it's...
The stick was me telling her that I had to miss it, and it really wasn't that bad. Like, I wish I could have been there. That kind of sucked. It was mildly uncomfortable, but like...
It wasn't...
I was so scared.
Day ruining, week ruining.
I was so scared to let her down, and she was like empathetic, which is like the point of like... The carrots aren't usually as good as you think, and the sticks aren't really as bad as you think. That's that kind of thought process.
Yeah. Oh, man. That would be like telling the guys I couldn't go on the bachelor trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or like some of the like tough conversations you've had at work. Like you really work yourself up before you have the conversation. And sometimes they're pretty fucking shitty.
Yeah. But they're
not as bad as you make them out in your head as you're prepping that conversation.
That's okay. Okay. So I get this. So does that, since you've already read the book, does the stick and carrot and simulator thing play a bigger part moving forward? Or is that just like something to keep in mind?
I think the simulator does. And I think they do, but I don't like.
So they're not big takeaways for the book. They're just takeaways for the chapter.
I found them to be big takeaways, but like I said, I haven't read this book in a while, and I kind of have, you know how it has the parts?
Yeah.
I very much, in my head, they're like in the parts.
Oh, you read it in parts, not in chapters?
Right.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
So I can't really remember. I'm not really good at that.
Good at what?
Like thinking of a book in the way that it.
I'm just wondering, like, what you... if this book was my
biggest takeaway is actually the next chapter.
The darts.
The darts.
The first and second darts.
Yes.
Okay.
That has been... I was talking about the book in therapy today.
Gang.
Because Olivia was asking about...
Gang. Shout out Olivia.
Shout out Olivia.
She's not watching this.
Absolutely not.
Do you think she would?
No.
Damn.
Maybe. Because I was telling her
if
about...
I sent her a link, she would listen?
How we're doing, like, our check-in stuff and this pod and, like...
Still have to do that, too.
Yeah. And so I was telling her about it, and she was like, oh, like, what are you guys talking about? So I told her about the book. And she was like, well, if you've been wanting him to read it for, like, a couple years, like, it must have been pretty impactful. Like, what was it? And so
you couldn't tell her?
No, I could. But the thing that I was really... She was like... oh, if it helped with your anxiety that much, like, how did you get there? Because you can't just tell your brain, like, stop being anxious. Yeah. And what I started with was this first and second dart stuff. And I feel like that has, you know, on the last episode, we were talking about, like, how I spiral less now and, like, all of those things. So
definitely don't read first and second dart sleepy.
No, that one, well, maybe it was more impactful for me than it will be for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, hype it up too much, but I felt like it was my first step in being like changing how I think about my own anxiety and like my own dark places in my brain and how I could change my actions to rework my mind. So I feel like that really is what that next chapter is really something that clicked for me. And then I think it set me up for success on like reducing my anxiety and being more content and all of those things because it felt the most actionable to me. So
That makes sense. I mean, I like the title. The first and second dart sounds. I don't know, but it's.
I think that would be a good one that like we read, like we go for a walk and we sit in the park and we read it or something, like something to get your blood moving, not here on the couch where you fall asleep on me.
Fair. All right. Not that I'm not loving this.
But we do have to go to dinner.
And my tummy is
hungry?
my tummy's rumbling.
You got hungry tummies?
My tummy's rumbling.
I'm very hungry.
So, do you have any final words? I am doing my best to just listen, but I didn't do that.
Thank you for reading this book for me. That's my final word.
I do what I can, even if it's years late. That's a word to all you out there. If you want something from me, it's going to take years. With that being said,
confirm.
Yeah, I got my
on a couple accounts.
I got my number one, my first source right here.
I'm the primary source.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Anything
else? Anything else? Anything else?
And that's all, folks. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I don't have a way to sign this off except for if I'm right. And that's
Time
all.
to eat some sushi.
That's all, folks. We'll catch you Monday. Peace. And